Okay, got a little free agent update video. A couple more days free agency have come and gone. The Vikings, seemed like they were kind of setting up to do a signing of some note, and they did tonight. They signed Michael Pierce from the Ravens. He's a interior defensive lineman. Sounds like he's pretty good. I wasn't familiar with him, but I don't keep tabs on, you know, defensive lineman from Baltimore. But he sounds pretty good. He sounds like kind of like, I mean, a very easy replacement for Linval because he's same position and he's a few years younger. So maybe it'll be the Linval signing, repeated. So that's the only signing they've made. Oh, they did also. They re-signed Mannion as the backup quarterback. I question whether or not he'll actually be the backup quarterback. It could just have, you sign him so that you've got someone in place. But I would be, I think if they spend a reasonably high draft pick on a quarterback, that'll probably be the backup. Um, and I don't know who else is out there. I mean, it's backup quarterbacks. You know. They kind of a surprising move. They released Josh Klein, which I don't think anybody saw coming because, you know, he wasn't bad last year. Like he's a solid guard. I think he was probably their second best lineman after O'Neal. He wasn't getting paid that much, and they don't save too much on the cap by cutting him. I think they save like a million and a half. You know, of all the moves they've made this week, that's the puzzler. I'm not really sure why they did that. I mean, because now you got to get two guards because you already strongly needed a left guard. Now you need a right guard. Um, so we'll see what they do there. I mean, they've got a lot of draft capital, and who knows, maybe they'll find someone else in free agency. So beyond that, that's it for their moves. But we had a couple of ex-Vikings move on. Linval signed with the Chargers, and Trey Waynes went to the Bengals, and he got some pretty big money. So it made sense that we let him go because we were not gonna. I mean, he got I forget what it was, but he got like it was like eight figures a year, and we weren't gonna be able to pay him that. I don't necessarily think he's worth it either, even though I was always a Waynes guy. So yeah, I think that's it for what's happened in the last couple days. Beyond the Vikings, the Bears traded for Foles, so I would assume he's gonna. I don't think you trade for a guy like that if you're gonna still go with Trubisky. So we'll see. I'm glad the Bears didn't end up. I was worried they were going to get either Brady or Cam or Teddy, and they didn't get any of those three. So we can be thankful for that. I think that's kind of it for noteworthy stuff. There's still some, obviously a couple things up in the air with the Vikings. Everson Griffin, I guess, possibly might go to the Seahawks if we don't get him back. And Anthony Harris, we franchised him the other day, but apparently he might actually get traded. Rumor is that it would be to the Browns. So, but they're trying to work out something there, I guess. Just to trade him and get something in return for losing him. Although they would get a comp pick next year, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how that'll work out. And nothing on. I haven't heard anything about Rhodes having any interest. So maybe they still end up bringing Rhodes back for like a real cheap deal. And I haven't heard anything on Alexander either. So there's there's still lots of stuff to happen. You know, other than the Klein move, I really don't question really any of the moves so far. Because I trust Rick. I know what he's doing. And, he's not always going to be right, but I think in general, if he's doing something, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. So we will see. I think with all that draft capital they got, they don't really need to splurge on a free agent again. I think Pierce is probably the one that they're gonna do. So beyond that, probably just some minor moves, and then we'll see what happens with a couple of the returning guys. So till next time.